Baron von Strucker came from World War II. He quickly rose. He was at first a soldier, but he quickly rose up to the ranks and quickly became an army general. During his time in World War II, he escaped Germany while the United Nations were invading it. When they were invading the country, he came back to Germany only to realize that Hitler was dead and the war was lost. He quickly freed all of the prisoners that the Allies had and the Nazis, and decided to continue Hitler's goals. We got to continue Hitler's goals in the world. And he gathered all of the Nazis and the German prisoners and the people who believe in Hitler's dream together. They would form an organization called Hydra. Under Baron von Strucker's leadership, they would become Hydra. Hydra's first big move was Arkham City. You see, Strucker wanted to get rid of any problems that they may have had when Hydra eventually took over the world, and they wanted to kill as many supervillains as possible before getting to the superheroes. Strucker was also worried that Batman would try to stop him, so he sent multiple of his soldiers after him to see if they can kill Batman. Of course, they are ultimately unsuccessful. Eventually, Arkham City would start though. But it didn't take long, but Batman managed to shut Baron von Strucker down, taking down Strucker and the villains that opposed him. After taking them down, Strucker was placed into custody, but his Hydra agents would quickly free him, and he would begin to take control of Hydra once again. Strucker began having Hydra move into S.H.I.E.L.D., having them get into S.H.I.E.L.D., to take control of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Hydra got ready to go to war, and there were secret agents, secret Hydra agents posing as S.H.I.E.L.D. director members. Eventually, Hydra tried to invade Kunlun, trying to take it over and trying to get their power on hand on the Iron Fist. Eventually, Iron Fist and the Kunlun military manages to solve the Hydra threat, and immediately takes him out. Hydra would then go to war with S.H.I.E.L.D. As Nick Fury would fight against Nick Fury. Nick Fury would work his way through the ranks and immediately take down Strucker, place him in custody. But he's once again freed by the Hydra agents. Strucker would then try to take down the Uncanny Avengers, getting a team of supervillains to help him complete the deed, ready to kill the Uncanny Avengers. But eventually ready to kill the Uncanny Avengers. But eventually, the Uncanny Avengers managed to defeat him. After he had captured them, they eventually broke free and they beat all the supervillains and they destroyed Strucker, taking him down, putting him in custody. Again, his Hydra agents free him once again. Strucker would then later put his plans into motion. He would team up with Venom to destroy Parker Industries, a company that was started by Spider-Man. They would assume to try to destroy it, but eventually they would ultimately fail, and Venom would end up working in Hydra's ranks, but eventually Venom quit Hydra. Eventually, Hydra will begin and start a new secret base. Batman and another Batman will work together to stop this base, and take the base down before the base can do any serious damage. Then when S.H.I.E.L.D. then hires the curse to kill Strucker off. Since S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't want to get dirt in their hands. Eventually, Curse would seemingly do it, but it was turned out to reveal that Strucker survived, and his plans moved to Ocean. Then we would move into Secret Empire. During Secret Empire, Strucker uses the Hydra agent posing a S.H.I.E.L.D. member to take down Director Nick Fury. They pose as him. Strucker would then come into contact with an alien race and give the alien race Earth its location. The alien race called Tatari will go to Earth seeking to destroy it. The heroes that can go into space will go to Earth, and with a larger percent by the superheroes out on the field, he will put a dome around Earth. You see, the dome was put see, the dome was created by Tony Stark. Tony Stark had created the dome just in case alien threats had managed to come to Earth. Just in case alien threats had managed to come to Earth. Will it ultimately work? Will it ultimately work in Strucker's benefit as he took control of the dome and activated it. As Tony Stark had given the dome responsible for shield. Now with the dome in their hands, they would then put another dome on America that was so strong that the Hulk would need to go into a very angry state to break it. After that, his shield, he would use his shield helicarrier to conquer the U.S. and he would use his shield Hydra to conquer the U.S., taking down, overpowering the small batch of superheroes. Superheroes then formed the resistance to fight against Struckers and Hydra's rule. Hydra would then conquer country after country, taking them all down. He would then go to war with Atlantis, and eventually Aquaman would just give up the cube as he didn't want any of his people's blood being spilled anymore. And the resistance to defeat Strucker would continue. Strucker takes his own band of supervillains and they begin to form, and they attack the superheroes. Eventually, they go back to Ultron. Ultron would then give the cube fragment to the superheroes, and superheroes did not part ways. While Hydra and Strucker would then leave. Eventually, Strucker would then begin to get the gem. We get them, but the superheroes also want to get the gems. Eventually, they would begin to fight against Strucker head on. Spider-Man would eventually fight against Strucker, bringing Crowbottom from nearly killing him, but it ultimately managed to not be able to do it. And ultimately, Spider-Man is arrested and captured. After that event, Strucker guns down a protester. Eventually, he would get all the gems, and Batman would then go to retrieve another gem that Strucker had in his custody, but he was ultimately shot down and presumed dead. After finally having all the gems, Strucker would then take all the gems to get ready. And get ready. The superheroes would go to stop him. He would use the Infinity Gauntlet to easily wipe out any superheroes, even superheroes as powerful as the Hulk. Stood no chance as he had the Infinity Gauntlet. However, finally though, Batman managed to actually get the cube, as he was only presumed dead. He wasn't actually dead, and using the cube's remaining power, he defeated Strucker. And just like that, Strucker was put out of business and placed in short custody. Hydra will later free Strucker and will begin his organization again, where he is created a shrewd base. Eventually, they will finally shut down this base, stopping it once and for all. Strucker would continue his Hydra regime. He was the first to figure out that the Skrulls were invading Earth, and so he had his Hydra agents blast down any Skrulls that dared come to attack Earth, effectively saving them from the entire event. Eventually, though, once it was all said and done, Strucker would then hire the Curse. Strucker would then hire the Curse to kill off some agents for him. The Curse would do just that, and Hydra will continue his plans. Strucker also gets involved in Arkham Knight, where he sets up a secret Hydra base, but ultimately the superheroes end up stopping it. But ultimately, Batman ends up shutting the base down and putting ends to Strucker's plans. Eventually, Strucker would end up fighting against Shield. As well, fighting for control for the Cosmic Cube, and the Avengers would ultimately enter and stop Strucker from getting his hands on it. And they would give the Cosmic Cube to director Nick Fury. And eventually, Strucker would hire a bunch of one-young supervillains to attack the Avengers in hopes of destroying them. But they're ultimately stopped by the Avengers. And that brings us to the current timeline. So let's discuss Shulker's abilities. Shulker doesn't really have any unique abilities or superpowers, but he is efficient in hand-to-hand combat, and he's an extra strategist, and a tactical fighter, in a tactical fighter. He has a brilliant mind and expert leadership. Obviously, since he's the one who created Hydra. And despite the situation, he always has plans. Shulker's plans to take over the entire Earth and remake the world in Hydra's image. He's claiming for world peace, as in his twisted mind, he thinks having a world ruled by fear will be better, when the world will be better off having the world ruled by fear than anything else. As he thinks a world with freedom added to it, will be chaos. How can the world be free when people will be free to do whatever they want? Then when people will be free to kill, people will be free to do anything else. But with Hydra controlling things, with the world ruled by fear, that means Hydra is right, at least in Shulker's twisted imagination. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this history lesson of Baron von Shulker. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I doing this? And why is there a guy in the camera? You see, this is Guy Weezer Shulker. Welcome to the Toy Series. This is history of toys and everything I do with them. So this is who I use as Baron von Shulker in my toy universe. Alright guys, see you next time. Stay tuned for the next history. I'll eventually be doing an update history where I picked off where we left off. Simply calling it update. I'm going to title this video history of toys and everything I do with them. This will be called History of Shulker / Hydra. See you guys later. Bye, guys.